4,770 pounds, really fitting the description of like new. Little 26-foot no-slide bunkhouse Sportsman coming in on trade here at Haylett RV of Coldwater, Michigan. Kind of getting the gist that they sort of dipped their toes into the camping pond on this one, decided what they liked and didn't like before they decided to update and upgrade here at Haylett RV. Now, if this looks familiar to you as we go through, it's because everybody and their brother builds a layout like this, and for good reason. This layout is actually the best-selling bunkhouse layout as a whole throughout the industry. That classic 26-foot no-slide bunkhouse. It's existed since the dawn of time. It'll probably continue to exist until RVs are blown up by, I don't know, aliens. Whatever, you get the idea. This one is made for simplicity. It's made with a price point in mind. And there's nothing wrong with that. Not everybody's like, dude, I don't need fireplaces. So, you know, there's nothing here that's done badly. It's simple. They could have done more in some places, but it also would have weighed more and cost more. You know, there's nothing wrong. Like, I like that we have central air. That's a nice touch in a little camper like this. Not everybody has that. It's possible that was actually an optional piece of equipment. I'm not a KZ dealer, so I don't know hyper details of their construction like that. But if we open this up, you can see some pretty good storage going on over here. And that is one of those big 12-volt DC compressor refrigerators, originally popularized by Wildwood and since adopted by nearly everybody, either standard or in an optional fashion. Now down below you also see nice big wastebasket place, plus some good drawer space here in the kitchen. Now whether it's the tabletop or the countertops, all this stuff is a sealed edge material. But again, this simple series trailer had no factory sink cover. If we get a little bit closer, you may notice how the sink cover that's here, it doesn't actually slot in place, nor is it exactly color matching. It's close. It fits over the existing sink. So that looks to me like whoever bought this, they must have contacted the dealer where they bought it, or they just walked through parts department somewhere and saw an open thing laying around and said, hey, I'll give you a couple bucks if you give me that, and I could use it. Probably just a guess, but we don't have a dedicated command center, but the buttons are up high. Though, trying to be respectful, I'm kind of curious, what good are these up here? It feels like they're going to be very limited in function. Had they simply been moved down to here, they would have really been useful. So if it were me, I'd probably have like a USB extension cord dangling, or frankly, I might just add a you know, an extra outlet somewhere. Then again, under the tabletop, there is a set of household plugs. You're probably not seeing them at this angle, but it's right below there. I'd probably put a USB adapter down there too. I don't see where the RV had a TV, but I see where they installed their own bracket. Now, the RV is just in phenomenal shape, so it's possible this probably had nothing here originally. I suspect, using my RV CSI skills I've developed over the last 12 years, camp scene investigations, Winters Division, they put their own TV and bracket in, but they were kind enough to leave the hardware behind. Similarly, this had no ladder from the factory. I can say that with high confidence. What I do like, though, is they added one, and they left it behind. And also, note the breeze windows for the top and bottom bunks. Just a nice, simple little touch. Something else I think is smart is on the inside wall of this, or whatever you want to call it, either the left-hand wall. They've got the lights where they cascade light into the bunk, but Mom and Dad can just be like, oh, lights out! Bathroom here, very simple. But again, what more do you need it to do? Like, we've got our foot flush stool. I mean, look at the cleanliness of the fixtures. I mean, it's possible they cleaned the dickens out of it, but I'm not convinced they ever really used much of the bathroom. I'm not convinced they used much of the RV, period, frankly. Simple little shower pan right there. This RV is 6.5 foot tall. I really feel strongly it could have benefited from a skylight above the shower. Now, at 6'3", yeah, my head's going to hit that ceiling panel, but for a quick shower, if I get in, I duck, I wash up, I hop out, it's just not, I don't know, it's just not a deal-breaker feature for me. Our Wildwoods at Haylett RV standard are actually like this in the bathroom. I help spec those out. I build those things with a skylight in the shower like 10 times out of 10. It's just so cheap and easy to do from the factory, and really expensive after the fact. climbing in the shower with me, which is probably not something any of you wanted to do when you woke up this morning, but hey, guys, here we are. Just to give you a look at everything, as we step our way out here, we're greeted by that nice campsite window. Not massive, but effective. Now, here's a funny conversation. People love windows. They love big... I like big windows. They look cool. But you know what? They're very expensive in the RV world, and they're a massive thermal loss. It's like... Well, it's less than R1. A window's like an R.7. They just bleed out heat and air. Well, not having big windows or not having a window in the door will help this thing, especially with central air, stay very comfortable in the summertime. So there are some benefits to it. I think this wall needs something to decorate it. I'm not like an interior HGTV dude, but I know my wife would look at this and she'd have a plan. At least a mirror or something. I think a mirror actually would be really nice. It'd really help open the whole thing up and look big and kind of simulate windows. This is a sliding pocket privacy door too. That is a nice find. Again, it's built at a price point. They spent a little bit of extra money here. That's a nice little feature right there. And the bedroom, simple but effective. Kind of like the bathroom. It doesn't do a single thing more than it has to. But what it does do, it's effective. You can come in here, walk around the bed, hang up your clothes, sleep, plug in a CPAP machine or phone charger, and if you really, really wanted, you could throw a TV up here on the wall. Exterior's fantastic on this. Now, the RV's not exactly old enough to have had issues, but it's also like blemish free. It's not like, you know, they leaned stuff against it and scuffed it and scratched it and bumped into it. It just looks good, you know. I think if it were me, I'd just slap a power tongue jack on the front of this thing and call it macaroni. Why do we call it macaroni, by the way? Like, I get that that's from the Yankee Doodle Dandy song, but why I don't care. I'm getting off topic. I do that. They kind of took a page out of Cherokee's book here, if you notice, which, frankly, as the, arguably, depending on how you boil down the numbers, you can say either Cherokee or J-Flight's the best-selling trailer out there. I'm just glad we carry them both at Haylett RV, so I don't have to get involved in propaganda like that. But Cherokee did a really cool, I think, smart thing a couple of years ago. They got rid of almost all exterior decals, and they just used the painted aluminum bands to give their RV like a good look. And since then, you can see pretty much everybody has jumped all over that bandwagon. Now, this is not any sort of like special Arctic camper or anything like that. It's made for people like me that get out like once a year if you're lucky. You know, there's nothing that says you couldn't use this RV 10 times a year. You shouldn't experience any issues because of anything like that. By that I just mean it's a simple no-slide camper. It's probably catering to somebody with a more simple taste and preference and limited time budget, but at the same time, maybe you're the type of folks that just say, I just don't care about slides. I don't want to worry about one more thing to maintain. I don't want my family sitting inside. I want to go out. I want to experience the sights and sounds of the local place. I don't want everyone just sitting inside on their phones. Well, that's where the nice patio space on this one really comes in handy. And when the sun is beating down like this, that's when you're going to appreciate that easy, just push the button power awning. Now, over here, before we get to it though, they did leave this wide open just for storage, which a lot of people like. There's a lot of people like, I don't care about a camp kitchen. Don't eat up my space. Give me all of the storage you can. See our power cord over there, water hose. Now this over here is a sewer hose, but don't worry, it doesn't appear to have been tested, if you pick up what I'm putting down. Easy two-finger easy tilt awning on this. Of course, I'm saying the word easy too much, aren't I? That's all it takes. Now, when you roll the awning up, it will actually sort itself back out like that, kind of just through the process. The tires look good here. I don't see any issues going on with those. Then again, the RV's not old enough for the tires to really even weathered out, aged out, none of that. If you are really interested in those like fancy stable step kind of flip down jobs, give our team a call. That's the kind of stuff we can assist you with here. Also, big front pass-through. Big front pass-through. Holy crap on this thing. More than just your hitching space. And notice how it's like, it's not all skidded up where somebody didn't just chuck their hitch in there. That's a good indicator of how gently used an RV is. You know, if I see all the time, an RV is really, really nice looking on the inside, but like you can tell where they just sort of chuck the hitch in the pass-through and it scuffs it all up. And I mean, I guess that's kind of its job, but anything I can do to avoid that and keep the thing looking good, I'm all about. And this one looks like those type of folks tended to agree. So if you like what you see, give us a call. Take care, stay safe, have fun, and I don't expect this one to last too long, everyone. Oh crap, where's the off button?